Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for the 1st of June 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we bring you the 5 news items that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed up 0.3% today to 7,234 points. The telco sector was the best performer, followed by financials and industrials. Utilities was the worst performing sector. Fortescue Metals led the way. It was the best of the top 200 today, up 3.2%. BHP and Commonwealth Bank were both around 2.3% higher, while Transurban, Woolworths and Coles all did well. Gold and Newcrest Mining fell 2.7%, while James Hardie Industries' slide continued, with the stock falling another 3.6% today. Two of the best performers were Telstra and TPG, both up around 3%. A little more on those two in a moment. The worst performers across the board were the lithium stocks. They were sold off heavily, and that will be story number 2 in just a moment. The other stock to tumble today was Origin Energy, which crashed 14% after cutting its earnings forecast for this financial year by 25% on the back of coal supply problems. The moves on the market came after national accounts figures show the economy expanded at a 3.3% clip in the year to the end of March. During the March quarter, strong household spending drove a 0.8% expansion. Story number 2. As I just mentioned, there were some big falls in the lithium stocks. Remember a couple of days ago, we were talking about the battery metals companies being the best over the past year. Well, a few investment analysts, including from Credit Suisse and Goldman Sachs, think they might now underperform. And that's because those analysts expect the price of lithium to fall. Goldman reckons lithium prices will go from around $54,000 a tonne today to $16,000 a tonne next year. That is a big decline. That sent shares tumbling today. Pilbara Minerals, Core Lithium and Liontown Resources all fell by around 20%. Alchem was off 14% and Lake Resources was down 13%. An incredible one-day sell-off for the lithium sector. Story number 3, the ASX has a new top 10 company, with Woodside Energy, the merger of BHP's petroleum business and Woodside Petroleum, set to commence trading tomorrow. It's a new chapter for the business. It will be a top 10 global independent energy company and the largest energy group on the ASX. Undoubtedly, it will now come under intense pressure to continue with the shift away from fossil fuels. Story number 4. There's a decent spat going on in the telco sector, with TPG and Telstra at loggerheads with Optus over a network sharing deal. First, the background. TPG and Telstra have done a deal whereby TPG gets usage of 3,700 of Telstra's 11,000 towers nationwide. In return, Telstra gets access to TPG's low-band spectrum, which can be used for 3G, 4G or 5G. Now, TPG will also pay around $1.7 billion over 10 years. Putting that together, in short, it improves TPG's mobile coverage and Telstra's capacity. But competitor Optus said the deal will leave regional Australia worse off and risks creating a monopoly in some geographies. The competition watchdog, the ACCC, will decide on whether that deal goes ahead, but it's getting nasty. And story number 5. European inflation hit a record high of 8.1% in May. That reflects surging energy and food costs, thanks in part to the war in Ukraine. The previous record for annual inflation for the 19 countries that use the euro currency was 7.4% in April. Unlike most other major economies, interest rates haven't started rising in Europe, but they're now likely to do so. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday, the 1st of June, 2022. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Thursday Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.